Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am the Motorcycle Rescuer and this is Motorcycle Rescuer. Don't forget to click the like, subscribe and the bell button. Okay guys, so someone's coming to look at the keyway. As always, give it a quick wipe over and wait for them to come. What I really dislike, what winds me up, excuse the noise, there's a police incident up there. Going back to where I was, yeah, he was due here for 5 o'clock today on a Friday, and then changed it to 6, then changed it to 7, then changed it to 6:30. That really winds me up, guys, because you know I could have gone for 1 or 2 after work on a Friday, but I didn't because this guy was due for 5. I mean, it's not the end of the world if he turns up and buys, at least it's done, but it really annoys me, that kind of lack of consistency. Got this bag full of extra parts for the new bike that you may or may not have been introduced to yet. When you see a bike that's had all this much that comes with these kinds of extras, it's not good. Let's be honest, it's not good. We've got a whole head unit, we've got a coil, one regulator, I saw another somewhere. What's this? Spare CDI. Someone's tried desperately to repair this new bike. Oh, look. And they failed. So I don't know what that means for me, really. Spare carb is always helpful. Look, this carb's chewed up. See that? That carb's chewed up, so that's not going to work. But the one on there might be okay, if it of course has one on there. Basically, you know that someone's tried hard to get this bike running. I think I'm going to kind of do the works on this one. I'm going to get the head torqued down, check, in fact I'm going to take the head off first, check that the timing appears to be right, not that I know what it should look like yet, and check the valves, make sure they're adjusted appropriately and all of that before even attempting to start it up. He said that he could get it to start on idle but not rev, but again there was head work done, so I'll look into that tomorrow. Tonight is Friday afternoon, by the way, Friday evening in fact. What else? The engines are about 400 quid. It's bloody expensive for a second-hand Chinese engine, but they're about 400 quid. Also not the end of the world for the price I paid for this bike. I think I paid 240 or 250 or 260. If you had to put 400 in and you've got a bike worth 11 or 12, that's also not the end of the world, so not a huge issue at all. I'm excited. I always get excited when I get a new project, but I know I do need to get rid of this one, and I need to sort out the lexmoto and get that kind of back on track as well. Some kind of basic updates. That's the newbie over there. A lot of the videos you saw this week, it appears like I've been putting them up in the week, or I've been doing them in the week. I haven't. The majority of them were filmed last Sunday, except for the new bike, which I picked up on Wednesday or Thursday or something. I think Aiden's coming back for the Vespa. I think he's realised how difficult that thing is to sell. There are categories to sellers. There are categories to people who want to buy this bike, guys, and I'll tell you what they are. There's the genuine buyer who's rare, and they're rare for obvious reasons. You've got the outright, outrageous, dodgy people who want to come and steal it and not pay. They want the engines for their 50cc's. And then you've got something in between, which is the people who will come and chat to you and be nice and pay for it, but they're not licensed. they're going to do exactly the same thing. They're going to take the bike and they're going to either use it for ram raids, or they're going to take the engine and put it in their 50cc's. New bikes under there. I am going to show you that after, but I need to take this for a quick MOT first. The super light, someone came yesterday, drove an hour and a half. I don't get a lot of this, guys, so I'm just kind of venting. I drove an hour and a half, turned up in a car with his partner, must have driven him. No helmet, no kind of means to buy it. And, not means, but he wasn't going to buy it. And I said to him, you know, you drove an hour and a half. He said, can you hold it for till next week? And I said, basically, no. It's first come, first pay, first serve. It's kind of as simple as that. So if you leave me £100 deposit, I'll hold it until next Sunday. That would have given him 9 days to come back. And I said, but actually, you know, it takes time, and time, you know, time is money to do this stuff. And in the end, he said no, he wasn't going to leave a deposit. And I said, he had cash, and I said to him, look, you can even do it through bank transfer if you feel better and you've got some protection, but I'm not going to hold it for a week. I said, I've been around this game a long time, and the amount of people that have secured bikes and never come back, and it's annoying. So he also wanted, it's got 6 months MOT on it, and he also wanted a full MOT. And actually, I hate that. I hate throwing away money, and that's what you're doing there. So what I've got is new bulb for the Lexmoto, if or when it's ever running properly. New ignition set for Suzuki AP50. I do want to put that on. And a 50cc carb for the same bike, the AP50 back there. They're just here in case I get some time, but I won't. Well, maybe. Part of me doesn't want to do the Lexmoto today. Part of me wants to take a look at this. Let's take a look at this together. Sometimes I fear that you guys are going to be completely underwhelmed with these buys, but it's a coolish bike, ish. Let's do a feel. It's a KSR Moto 125, bought from a guy called Mark who's watching, so I'll be very sensitive. Mark obviously knows what he's doing with bikes. What Mark doesn't know though is what the person before him has done to this bike, you see, and that's what we need to worry about. You see the head bolts, let me take you off the frame one moment. Look at the head bolts, see they're off. Now Mark said that he looked at the valves, you know, for the same reason, he could get the bike up and running, but it just wasn't running well. Now what I don't know if Mark did at that time, it's a carb model, I don't know if he sprayed quick start through, because if the engine then revved up like normal, then you could narrow it down to a carb issue rather than valves, timing, head, piston, anything. What I am going to do, because again I'm just a little bit over the Lexmoto at the moment, I am going to start stripping this down because I enjoy it more. I'm going to be honest, I enjoy it more. I want to get the tank off, I want to get it cleaned and stripped a little bit, and I want to have a look at the head. And what I want to do is take that head back off and just have a look at the timing from my point of view and just see if I think it's on correctly. Timings can be off by 180 degrees, they can be off by one tooth or one tooth that way. You know, it's a complex little system, timing bikes. And sometimes it's obvious what the timing looks like, other times you've got to look it up. So let me pull this out over into the sun. I should pop to the shop and get a drink actually, and then I'm going to start stripping it down and we'll look at it together. And now I wonder if you guys want me to press the button. Shall I? Let me get the key. To you, I have absolutely no idea what anything has a little bit of power. Ooh. Ah, exhaust is off. That would explain I'd be surprised if that was sparking at all. Yep, I'm gonna go and get a drink. Pop in the comments below what drink you think I get. And then I'm gonna come and start stripping this down to be able to have a little look at it. Alright guys, this is the fuel that came out. It is not a good colour. I mean, it's got water in it, it's got crap in it. Honestly, that's not even Pepsi Max. So that's come out. They will never run like that. It will never run like that. And that could simply be E10 that's now turned to water, but the rest of the fuel isn't good either. Rabjab's here. Rabjab, you got lots of comments. I know it doesn't solve the problem.
It's heartbroken my bike.
Yeah, heartbroken. Yeah.
Meant to be, sir.
I know it doesn't solve the issue, but there's lots of people thinking about you out there, and I think there is.
This is my new ride now.
You're going to show your new ride? Wow, it's a KT. Nothing.
Nothing. It gets me A to B.
It does get you A to B, exactly, and let's hope yours comes back. And if we get this running, you can have this at least until yours comes back. The good thing about a Chinese bike like this, Rabjab, you don't have to worry about it. If it goes missing, it goes missing.
Yeah.
It's not $4,000.
Yeah.
So
need to get it to me college and work.
You like the best of the best. That's the problem with you. You buy the best of everything, and then when it goes missing, it hits really hard.
That's the best investment, man. Lock that. I said get.
Aiden's picking it up today.
Get a track on that, Charlie, man.
On the Harley.
Yeah.
You've gone all panic mode. Yeah, you might be right. The only reason I wouldn't put a track on that is because the batteries.
That's a mistake I made. I should put a track on my bike.
Yeah, I've even got one in there somewhere.
That's a bigger mistake.
A tracker. In fact, I found one not long ago that Jake used to use. They're good. You just put a chip in and let them go on their way. Yeah. Or unless the battery's chopped. Right, stripping this down. That fuel was bad. So it's never going to run well on that fuel. What I might do, tempted, I'll get the tank off, run my little tank fresh. I've got some fresh high premium in there, see what that does. So guys, I thought I took the tank off. Come on, what kind of witchcraft is this?
Let's fix this back quickly.
Bloody tank covers on a Chinese bike. To be fair, right, I call this a Chinese bike. This isn't a Chinese bike. This is made in, there you go, Austria. This is an Austrian bike. This is made next to KTM. Exactly, it's meant to. It's basically a copy. Well, the engine is a Chinese engine, though, but they are made in Austria. It's carb, yes, which I like. Now I've got to get the real tank off, which I had no idea. Don't pull it; it's bolted. So
you need to get.
I'll deal with that. You play with your scooter.
Nah.
Yeah. Oh, we do actually?
Yep.
No, I just came down for a little chit chat, man. This weekend I was actually free. So I was just watching.
Got good spark.
Go on, do it again.
I'm going to try.
Rajab with the spark plug.
I'm going to try spraying something in. Rajab's just showed me a random picture of someone at work and gone, Charlie, do you want her? She's been single 2 years.
Yeah, you've been single for a couple of years, Charlie, man.
I don't think it works like that, mate. Right, we've got spark. We're gonna add our own fuel in the.
And then now. What's leaking? Stop, guys. Something's leaking.
Oh, it doesn't matter because it's just.
Oh, stop.
What? Yeah. It's alright. I'm spraying it in the same way. Relax.
Get in there.
If that was a carb issue, it wouldn't have mattered. When I'm spraying that much crap in, it wouldn't have mattered. So it's not a carb issue and it's not a spark issue. So check this out, guys. Top end's off, and that's how you would set up the top alignment. You'd have straight line, but it's impossible from any angle. Look, see, to see down and actually line up the top dead center line properly. So you see that? You see how you can kind of see down there? I can't line it up. And Danny, who goes, I know nothing about bikes, but you should take that plate off, said take the plate off. So I think I'll do that. I'll take this plate off and I'll see if there's any more obvious alignment marks, because that'll give us a better understanding of what's going on, I think. Normally though, you line up that mark within this So actually it would point to here and here, you see. So I don't know if it is going to help, but you might find that there's a notch under there. So I'll pop it off and we'll see. It makes sense that it's out of alignment if someone's touched the top end, because it's almost impossible to align it. You just can't see down there and line it up appropriately. It's impossible. Alright guys, so we think, to be fair, right, we could be off by a tooth. You can kind of see the line in there from here. Danny could see it quite clearly. I can see it right now. I can't tell though if we're one tooth off or not. That's almost impossible. What I can tell you though is that we're at top dead center and there is no play at all in the valves, at all. That means they're way too tight. That means that there's a possibility that if we slacken these off and set them to 0.10, it could be up and running as a normal engine. I mean, it's high hopes, you know, really high hopes, but it is a possibility. I've got Danny and Rabjab here. You've kind of seen them and heard of them in the background, and you've heard about Danny's life story earlier, that he said, oh, you weren't recording, was you? I was like, yeah. He told us about his nephew and everything. Yeah, you're taking him skiing, remember? Everyone knows exactly where you're going. It's the Fort Park one, isn't it? I saw it. I'll edit that bit out.
Good, I can't remember what else I said.
So let's slacken off these valves. Let's get them set. I'm going to clean the carb whites off. You'd be stupid not to. Clean the carb whites off. Chuck some fresh fuel from a container in. Fire that bad boy up and see. You never ever know. You might just have resolved the issue.